It feels like a secret I'm keeping, but it's also the most real thing in my life right now. Falling for you, your best friend, wasn't what I expected, but I'm here for it. There's something magnetic about you, something that calls to me even when I try to resist. I'm falling for your best friend, and I don't know how to stop it, nor do I want to. Love doesn't always make sense, especially when it's unexpected. But I can't deny the pull I feel toward you, my Matt friend's best friend. It's messy, but it's mine. The heart doesn't care about the boundaries we set for it. Falling for you, your best friend, was never in the plan, but it feels like the right place to be. You weren't meant to be a love story, but here we are, rewriting what I thought was possible. Falling for you has been a surprise, and I don't regret a single moment. Sometimes, love takes us down paths we never expected. I never planned on falling for your best friend, but as I stand here now, I know I wouldn't change it. It's a strange feeling to fall for someone who isn't supposed to be more than a friend, but somehow, in this beautiful chaos, I've found a connection I can't deny. Falling for your best friend wasn't supposed to be my story, but now it is. And I can't say I regret a single twist in this unexpected journey. There's a beauty in the unexpected, in falling for someone you never thought would be the one. With you, I've discovered something real, even in the most complicated circumstances. I didn't plan on this, but sometimes love works its magic in the most unexpected places. I'm falling for you, your best friend, and I'm embracing every moment of it. Falling for your best friend is like taking a leap of faith. It's scary, uncertain, and yet there's a part of me that feels like it's exactly where I'm meant to be. The more I think about it, the clearer it becomes. Falling for you is the most honest thing I've ever done, even if it was never part of the plan. I don't know where this is headed, but I do know one thing. Falling for you, your best friend, is the most thrilling, confusing, and fulfilling thing I've ever experienced. It wasn't supposed to be like this, but somewhere along the way, I found myself falling for you. And even though it's messy, I wouldn't want it any other way. They say love is messy, and I'm starting to understand why. Falling for you, your best friend, is complicated, but there's a clarity in my heart I can't ignore. I never expected this, but sometimes love catches us by surprise, and falling for your best friend has been one of the most beautiful surprises of my life. There's an intensity in the way I feel about you, something that goes beyond friendship. Falling for you, even if it complicates everything, feels worth it in ways I can't fully explain. It's not easy, loving someone you weren't supposed to fall for. But with you, there's no denying the connection. I'm falling for you, and it feels like destiny. The heart doesn't care about the rules. It only knows the truth. And the truth is, I'm falling for your best friend, and I wouldn't take it back. Every moment with you feels like a journey, a discovery I never knew I needed. Falling for you has turned my world upside down, but in the best way possible. Falling for your best friend is a risk, but it's a risk I've chosen to take. Because when love calls, you can't help but answer, no matter how complicated it may be. I never expected to be here with these feelings, but here I am, falling for someone I never thought I would. And in this uncertainty, I found a kind of peace. Falling for you, your best friend, is a tangled web of emotions and complications. But the truth is, I wouldn't change a single thing about it. It's a strange feeling, falling for someone you weren't supposed to. But there's something undeniable about the way you make me feel, something I can't ignore. Love doesn't always make sense, and falling for your best friend might be one of the most confusing experiences I've ever had. But it's also one of the most real. Falling for your best friend has opened my eyes to a love I never expected. It's complicated, uncertain, but somehow I'm not afraid. Love has a way of finding us, even when we don't seek it. Falling for you wasn't something I planned, but now that I'm here, it feels like exactly where I'm supposed to be. Falling for you has been an unexpected adventure, one full of twists and turns, but each moment has brought me closer to something real, something worth fighting for. Love doesn't follow rules, and falling for your best friend has taught me that. Even though it's not easy, I wouldn't trade this feeling for anything. There's something about the way you make me feel, like I've known you forever, like this was always meant to be. Falling for you, your best friend, feels like fate. I never imagined that I'd fall for you, especially not while you were standing right there by your best friend's side. But now, it feels like the universe had other plans, guiding my heart toward you in a way I can't regret, even if it's messy and complicated. Sometimes love works in mysterious ways. I thought I'd be loyal to my feelings for someone else, but you came into my life with such clarity. You're not just his best friend, you're everything I never knew I needed. I never expected to find myself here, falling for you, but I can't deny the pull between us. It's deeper than friendship, yet it doesn't quite fit into anything else. Still, I wouldn't take it back. There's a part of me that wonders if this is wrong. But then there's another part of me that knows, without a doubt, I've found something real. Falling for you feels like everything I didn't know I was searching for. I've always believed in following my heart, even if it leads me into unexpected territories. Falling for you, your best friend, was not part of the plan, but now that I'm here, I wouldn't change a thing. They say love happens when you least expect it. I never expected to fall for your best friend, but now I can't imagine being anywhere else, with anyone else, no regrets. It feels like a journey I never intended to start, but once I set foot on it, I couldn't turn back. I'm falling for you in ways I never thought I would, and I don't want to regret it. There's something about your presence that calms me, even when everything around us feels like it's in turmoil. Falling for you wasn't something I planned, but here I am, deeply invested and without regrets. In a world full of rules and boundaries, falling for your best friend feels like a quiet rebellion. It's not what I was supposed to do, but it's exactly where my heart wants to be. It's complicated, yes, but there's something beautiful about being pulled toward you despite the chaos it might bring. I never planned this, but I don't regret one moment of it. Sometimes love chooses us instead of the other way around. It's like falling for your best friend, unexpected, undeniable, and yet here I am, embracing it with open arms. In your laughter, I find a peace I didn't know I needed. In your eyes, I see a future I never anticipated. Falling for you wasn't part of the plan, but I have no regrets. There's a strange beauty in falling for someone who was never meant to be more than a friend. But now that I've opened my heart to you, I wouldn't take a single step back. I never planned on feeling this way about you. But life, love, and fate have a way of surprising us. Falling for your best friend is complicated, but it feels right. It feels like I'm walking a fine line between friendship and something deeper. But when I look into your eyes, all the uncertainty fades away. I'm falling for you, and I can't regret it. Falling for your best friend is like discovering a hidden chapter in a book you thought you knew by heart. Unexpected, intense, and completely uncharted territory. But I'm here for it. I never imagined this would be my reality. Falling for you, my best friend's best friend. But here I am, caught between loyalty and love, and somehow it doesn't feel wrong at all. Maybe love doesn't follow the rules we set. Maybe it just happens, like it did with you. I'm falling for your best friend, and even though it's messy, I wouldn't change it for anything. There's a risk in loving someone you weren't supposed to fall for, but there's also an undeniable truth that comes with it. I'm falling for you, and I don't regret it for a second. I never thought it would happen, but sometimes love sneaks up on you in the most unexpected ways. Falling for your best friend has been a journey of surprises, and I wouldn't take it back. There's an undeniable pull between us, and even though I didn't plan for this, I can't deny how right it feels to be with you, to fall for you, even if it's complicated. In the quiet moments when it's just you and me, I realize something. Falling for you wasn't something I ever saw coming, but now that I am, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm tangled in the complexity of this situation, but at the same time, my heart knows exactly where it wants to be. Falling for your best friend feels like destiny, no matter how complicated it may seem. They say it's hard to stay neutral when you fall for someone. I'm finding that to be true with you. My heart is racing in a direction I didn't expect, but I have no regrets. Falling for your best friend is a quiet revolution, an unspoken bond that breaks all the rules. It's chaotic, yes, but it feels like the truest thing I've ever experienced. I didn't plan for this, but sometimes love doesn't follow any plans. I'm falling for your best friend, and even though it's a wild ride, I wouldn't stop for anything.